Well, hey guys, just bought, a few days back, the MiniMax from Orbix, and really had a lot of fun with it. We're on a little bit of a hill, so this is going to roll back a bit. But luckily I can jump in while it's moving. Yep, here we go. Everything's on. Throttle's at idle. Let's see if we can't start this up. Can I get a clear prop? It is very Rotax in sound. The rudder pedals are quite responsive. We're flying out of Warsaw Municipal, KRAW, and I'm not even going to go to the end of the runway because I don't really need it. Let's line up and try to dance on the pedals a bit. And up we go. Just that easy. It's simple, it's slow, it's fun. It's quite maneuverable. We're running it here in the SU5 beta of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And I'm getting fairly decent frame rates. It's not a fast aircraft by any stretch of the imagination. But it definitely is fun to fly. We're heading over to Lake of the Ozarks. One of the things about SU5 beta that you can kind of notice is the pixelation of the power lines. I haven't noticed that big of an issue with anything else, but and it's not like regular power poles, it's the ironwork. It tends to glitter a bit. Wonder if they're going to address that. But everything else looks really good. This is basically winter in Missouri. Although actually I think if you were to look at Missouri, there's not a whole lot of green here this time of year, and I'm seeing a lot of green on the evergreen trees, which there's really not that much of in Missouri. So you can see the gas tank's right about half right now. And we're sitting at about $6,000, and we don't really need to do that much. We can maintain altitude. at 5, and it's like the little engine that could. It just has that kind of frustrated snarl to it. I've heard tell that Lake of the Ozarks, well, it's a human-made lake, has more coastline than all of California. Odd fact. Although it's equipped with a stick, it feels quite intuitive with the flight yoke. I'm using the Honeycomb Alpha flight yoke. I'm not sure if this is classified as an ultralight. I'm not sure how much it weighs, but I don't think it could weigh much over 250 pounds, which would qualify it for Part 103. And it's just such a fun little easy to fly plane. Let's see, we're up at 2,000 feet. I'm going to draw off power and see if I can get it to stall. Almost at an idle. We're positive angle of attack and we're losing altitude. Okay, we're hitting, and there are no flaps in this craft, so we're idling right now. Have a little bit of back pressure on the stick, but not much. Let's try to, okay, pulling back, getting a little bit of buffet, and there we go. So nice little stall. And still, if you're around 40 knots, you're good to go. The speedometer goes up to 120, and actually that's miles per hour, not knots. So this is a very slow craft. Again, the textures are really nice. It's got that lived-in look, fingerprints, smudges, that type of stuff. Great textures on the wings, showing the reflections. It does respond to trim inputs, so that's always a nice thing. And note the increase in wind noise as you start increasing speed. I think if we were to Yep, you can really hear that wind noise pick up. That's nice. That's a nice touch. So we're going to head back to Warsaw. And if you take away the green, this is like Missouri right now. Of course, in the spring and summer, it greens up real nice around here. But boy, in the winter, I was born and raised in the Pacific Northwest, where it's always green. Here, not so much. But you do have seasons here. There's the airport. At our 11 o'clock. Oh, look at our fuel gauge. It does sip. Well, actually, probably not miles per gallon, but at least time in the air. Let's see if it'll do a roll. Well, okay, so it's not really acrobatic, but it will get the job done. Although I probably wouldn't try that in real life. There's a guy on Facebook who actually flies one of these things around, does reels with it. And it looks like a really fun craft to fly. Speed comes off quite nicely. No flaps to this bird, and it is a tail dragger, so I apologize in advance for the landing you're about to witness. Oh, jeepers creepers. Yep. Wasn't the best of landings, but it looks like I might be walking away. There we go. And I didn't kill the prop. Well, there you have it. It's a fun little aircraft. Easy to fly, inexpensive. And nice work on such a, easy to buy aircraft. Love the attention to detail on the textures. Well, let me know if you guys like it, if you've bought it, if you like it, or just let me know. We will talk to you later.